Daddy, I had a bad dream. You blink your eyes and you pull up on your elbows. Your clock grows red in the darkness. It's 3:32 a.m. Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it? No, Daddy. The oddness of the situation wakes you up more fully. You could barely make out your daughter's pale from the darkness of your room. Why not, sweetie? Because in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing mommy's skin sat up. For a moment, you feel paralyzed. You cannot take your eyes off your daughter. The covers behind you begin to shift. Well, that was Bad Dream, a creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story. Well, it's a short story, but it's a pretty good story. I mean, despite the fact that it was a short pasta, I still really find it to be, a pretty good creepypasta. I did see a couple people actually narrated this story, and wow, it's a really short but a sweet creepypasta. I mean, for one, even though it's short, it has me a lot of questions wondering could be happening in that, because it just ended off with the fact that, the covers behind you begin to shift. So, it doesn't really explain what's actually happening next. Was there a monster or someone trying to jump out or something? I mean, this is obviously leaving a lot of questions in my head. This is honestly has left me a lot of questions. So that's honestly the reason why I'm actually wondering about that. It's still a really good creepypasta of its own sense, despite it being short. But I still really think that there could have been something more to this story. Maybe there might have been something added to it, I guess. Or at least something. At least in that way, that would actually help out with the story a lot more. But that would actually give it more of an idea as to what's actually going to happen next. I have a feeling someone broke in and hid in the girl's bedroom and then waits for the right moment to jump out or something. I mean, that could be possible. But that honestly leaves me a bunch of questions to think what actually is going on. I mean, I'm curious to know what happened. I mean, maybe if the offer, despite that, I mean, it's still a pretty good story. I mean, this is obviously leaving me some questions on what's happening, but I actually do want to know for a full-on fact. What actually happened with this story? Well, I don't really know, to be honest. This is actually gives me a really good idea. But at the same time, though, I really don't know. So that being said, and with that being the case, yeah. I don't know who the original author of this story is, so I'm going to leave it as anonymous. So to the author of the story, if you manage to find this video, feel free, and you happen to be the author of the story, comment on who you are in the comments below, and I'll be sure to give you proper credit then. So I guess with that being said, I mean, it's not a bad story. I do find it to be, quite interesting. It does have a really good, interesting idea as to what could happen or what's going on. I mean, think of it as this way. I mean, what is really under the covers? That's one of the questions that really, really makes me wonder. So I always do wonder when, or whatever this monster is, or whatever's under the cover is going to jump the girl's dad. Maybe you guys can maybe make up your imagination, maybe comment what's actually there in the comments, and I'll be sure to, take a look at them in that, because I like to hear what you guys think. So with that being said, to the author of the story, I can't seem to find out who you are, so if you happen to be the author of the story, comment in the comments below, and I'll definitely be sure to, take a look there. But until then, I'm just going to leave it as anonymous for now. So anyways, with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, it's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts, and my final rating of this story is a 10 out of 10. A short but sweet creepypasta. it actually leaves a lot of questions as to what's going on. But like I said, all we could do is just make up our own theory. I mean, I don't know what happened after the sheets started to shift. It's either paranormal or someone broke in the house or some creature or whatever. Yeah, you guys can decide on what your theory and thoughts, what could happen and all that. And, it might seem believable depending on what it is. So with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me what your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.